Hello, I'm Darren the Magic Ghostbuster. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to check out my Ghostbusters themed magic videos. But today I just received my delivery of the re-released Ghostbusters retro figures. I got these from nerdtoysuk.com. Check them out for awesome Ghostbusters merch. Now I am a mint on card collector for this sort of stuff, so I'm going to keep these in the box, but I'll show you them all, and then I'm going to compare them to my carded actual originals as well. So let's take a look. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to say I'm in the UK, these are European carded, and unless you import them, you're only going to get European carded figures. I've seen people moan online, and people have actually complained to shops, saying like it's bait and switch, and it's not right. It's not the shop's fault. These are on European cards, so don't blame the shops, right? They buy these stuff direct from Hasbro or the wholesaler. They get sent what they get sent, right? So stop moaning at shops that they're on European cards. If you want to complain at anyone, complain at Hasbro. Now in America there were 3 different variations. So the first one, it just had the English bit here and had who you're going to call up here. They quickly removed the who you're going to call part that was up here. Don't know if this has been confirmed, but apparently it's to do with the Ray Parker Jr. owning that lyric. So again, don't know if that's true. And then the third variation is basically this, which is something that Hasbro are doing with all their toys now apparently, is they are making them all multilingual, multi-language, whatever word you want to use. And of course that will save them money on producing different cards in the long run. So anyway, now we've talked about that, let's take a look at the figures. So the backs, pretty much they're all the same on them all. So let's bring one of the ghost ones in as well. So they're all the same, so I don't need to show you the backs for every single one. And so you have all the text up here, then the 4 Ghostbusters, and then the Green Ghost, as he was called the Green Ghost on the original card rather than Slimer, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. So what I'm going to do now, since I've got Egon out, is I'm going to grab my original Egon and show you them side by side and show you some of the differences. Now when these were originally released, there was 2 versions originally released, and one was the cord actually went into the bottom of the proton pack. That was quickly changed going into the middle, and that is the version that they've done on these re-releases. So comparing them both, obviously the first thing that stands out is the Ghost actually is very different in this one is a lot more translucent, I think is the word. But comparing the figures, I mean the paint job on the new one looks a little brighter, but I think that's probably down to fading over time, as I'm guessing. The proton packs, the cord looks a tad wider on the original. But other than that, they look fairly identical. It's hard to say without obviously opening them and comparing them exactly. And I do plan at some point to buy a second set of the new release to open, but for the moment I'm keeping them as they are. Now, as you can see, the colour on the card is slightly different to the original that I have here. The artwork, they seem to have reproduced. The artwork looks a little sharper. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on the camera, but the artwork's a little sharper on the new one. I'm just assuming that's to do with printing, really, being improved over the years. But there we are, and if I just turn the original over, just to compare the card backs. So the original actually shows you how to add on the proton pack and to turn the wand, a stream even, and obviously it shows other stuff that was available in the line. The new one, you only have the 6 figures, so there's no point showing you other stuff that isn't available. And obviously other stuff that was available back then, you have Bug-Eye and the Bad to the Bone, obviously the guns, the Exo, lots of other stuff. So anyway, now that we've done Egon, let's bring in Peter. So here is my original Peter, and let's bring in the new one. And again, I think that the big difference that I noticed straight away is the ghost is a lot shinier in the new version, and the bubble for some reason sticks out quite a lot on there. But again, the artwork looks a little sharper on the original, not on the original, on the new one. The figures themselves look pretty close. Again, the paint looks a little brighter on the new one, but again, I think it's just through years of fading. There we go. There's something about the face on this. If I bring it in closer, it looks slightly different. I'm not really sure how. I can't put my finger on it, but it might just be the paintwork or something. But there we are. Okay, so now we're going to look at Peter. Let's bring in Winston. So here's the new Winston, here is the original Winston. The ghost, there is a slight colour difference. I don't know if that's going to be picked up on the camera, but it isn't quite as different as it was noticeable on the others. Again, if we compare the figures. Yeah, again, the paintwork looks slightly brighter on the new one, but not a big difference. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Ray. So let's bring in new Ray and old Ray. And again, I think the big difference you can see is the ghost. The ghost is a lot shinier on the new one. And figures are pretty close. Not sure it's my imagination, but Ray looks slightly thinner. In fact, holding them up together. Yeah, it's hard to say in the packet, obviously, but anyway, now we've looked at those, let's take a look at the ghosts. So what we'll do is we'll start with Slimer. And here is the new Slimer. And here is the old Slimer. So you can see he comes with all the accessories. Slimer again looks a bit brighter, this new version. He looks a tad smaller, not a lot. I keep saying it, but obviously it's hard to say when they're boxed, but it does look a tad smaller. There you go, there's Slimer. Okay, so now we'll look at Mr. Stay Puft. And here's the new Stay Puft compared to the old original Stay Puft. First thing I notice is that this Stay Puft looks a lot whiter. I don't know if this is just because of age or if he was actually not quite as white back in the day. Without a DeLorean, I won't know for sure. But there you go. So they look really good. If we go now, one thing that's definitely obvious is Stay Puft has been on a diet, because the new Stay Puft is definitely thinner than the original Stay Puft. You can see there, height-wise they look the same, but yeah, his gut is definitely not as big. Maybe eating fat-free marshmallows. So there you are. That is all the new Ghostbusters retro figures versus the originals. So let me know in the comments if you own these or planning on buying them. Do you own the originals? Maybe you're one of the people that buys the originals, but you don't want to buy these reproductions. But anyway, whatever your opinions are, they're all welcome. Just keep it friendly, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Keep on busting.